Let's learn about butterflies. I know we've already started to look at our caterpillars. Let's find out what's going to happen to the caterpillars that we have. What do you know about butterflies or caterpillars? Take a minute to think about one fact you know about butterflies or caterpillars. Have you ever seen a butterfly? Did you ever see a caterpillar, aside from the caterpillars that we've seen? Think about that. If you need to pause the video, do so now. Do you have that one fact about butterflies or caterpillars? Butterflies are insects. That means bug. There are between 15,000 and 20,000 different species of butterflies. And because there's different species of butterflies, there are different species of caterpillars. Caterpillars come in all different sizes and colors, just like the butterflies. Most caterpillars are herbivores, which means they eat plants. Caterpillars eat all the time so that they can grow. They can grow up to 1,000 times their original size. Caterpillars grow up and change into butterflies and moths. We're going to learn about moths later, but for now, we're just going to learn about the butterflies. From what you've seen over the last 2 days, those caterpillars have gotten bigger each day. I can't wait to see how big they get. Let's start to talk about caterpillars. Caterpillars are insects, or bugs, which means they have 3 body parts and 2 antennae on their heads. Do we remember the 3 body parts of an insect or a bug? If you don't remember, that's okay. I'll tell you. It's a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. Now, the last few insects we learned about, the abdomen had different parts to it, or different sections. Well, a caterpillar's abdomen also has this. Now, if you look at the caterpillar, especially the caterpillars that you've seen from us, it looks like they have a lot of legs. But really, they only have 6 real legs. So 6 real legs that are going to help them walk. The other legs are called prolegs, and those legs will help them hold on to things or to climb, but they're not going to help them walk. So I wonder, I know a caterpillar has a mouth because it has a head, but I wonder how that caterpillar breathes. Well, they breathe through little holes on the side of their body, not through their mouth. If you look at the picture above, it's a picture of a caterpillar's body made really, really big, so you can see those holes. The mouth on the caterpillar is just used for eating food. So I wonder why the caterpillar doesn't use his mouth to breathe. Can you come up with a reason as to why the caterpillar breathes using the holes on the side of his body and not his mouth? If you need to pause the video to think about that, do so now. I can come up with one reason why the caterpillar breathes through the holes instead of his mouth. The caterpillar needs to eat a lot of food, and it eats all day long. So I think that it would be very hard to breathe and eat. So it breathes through the holes in the side of its body, and it just eats using its mouth. Can you come up with another reason? Let me know. When an adult butterfly emerges from the chrysalis, it can't fly. Its wings need to fill with blood and it needs to dry up before flying for the first time. So a butterfly can't fly at first because it's not ready. The wings are going to be all crumpled up like a piece of paper. And also, the wings are wet. Butterflies can't fly when they're wet, and they also can't fly when they're cold. When the butterfly emerges from the chrysalis, we might see it shake and be frozen like a statue. In a few hours, it'll be ready to fly. Now, I said the word emerge, and emerge is a big word because butterflies don't hatch like the caterpillars hatched from the egg. They call this emerging because it went into the chrysalis as a caterpillar and it went through metamorphosis. Remember that word I said we would talk about again? Metamorphosis means it changed into something else, and out emerges the butterfly. So our caterpillar had different body parts, and we looked and we understood them. Now let's take a look at the parts of a body of a butterfly. Now a butterfly is an insect, so it does have the three main body parts that we have seen on all our insects. It has the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. There's also the two antennae on top of its head and 6 legs. Now the butterfly has wings, and they have 4 wings. Butterflies often have brightly colored wings with unique patterns made up of tiny scales and veins. Look at your arms. Do you see your veins in your arm? See how the different lines move around your hand or your legs. That's just like the butterfly's wings. They have veins, just like we do in our hands. So butterflies can live in the adult stage from anywhere between a week and a year. It's depending on the species. A lot of butterflies don't live very long. They only do live about an average of the 2 weeks to a month. Some of the older species of butterflies that migrate will live up to the year. There was a part of the body that we didn't talk about, but we can see here. It is called the proboscis. The proboscis on the butterfly is like a straw that leads right to the butterfly's mouth. This is because the butterflies drink. They don't eat or chew any food. Butterflies, they taste with their feet. So their feet are like our tongues. They use their feet to decide if they would like the taste of the flower's nectar. Butterflies drink. They don't chew. They drink the nectar of flowers. They like sweet liquids. Most butterflies will feed on the nectar from the flowers or will drink from mud puddles. The butterflies that we have are going to use orange juice, sugar water, oranges, anything sweet that they'll be able to sit on and get the juice from. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Monarch butterflies are known for their long migration. Every year, monarch butterflies will travel really far. Some butterflies will travel over 250 miles. That's a long, long way. The females will lay eggs, and a new bunch of monarchs will travel back, and that will complete the life cycle of the butterfly. Wow, caterpillars and butterflies are so interesting. As you can see, there are so many facts about caterpillars and butterflies. Let's go over them. There are between 15,000 and 20,000 species of butterflies. Caterpillars eat plants and leaves. Caterpillars can grow up to 1,000 times its original size. Caterpillars have 3 body parts. Do you remember the names of the body parts? I'll remind you. The head, the thorax, and the abdomen. Caterpillars only have 6 real legs. The other legs are called prolegs and are used for holding on and climbing. Caterpillars breathe through holes in the side of their body. and not their mouth. There are 4 stages of the butterfly. Do you remember the stages? I'll remind you. There's the egg stage, the caterpillar stage, the chrysalis stage, and then the butterfly stage. Butterflies attach the eggs to the leaf with a special glue. And I wonder why they use that glue. Do you remember what we said? Butterflies can't fly when they first emerge. Butterflies can't fly when they are cold. Butterflies have 4 wings. Butterflies can be all different colors. Butterflies eat using a proboscis. Butterflies use their feet to taste. Butterflies like sweet juices. Some butterflies will travel over 250 miles. Wow, that's a lot of facts. We learned so much about caterpillars and butterflies. There were so many facts on the slide right before this. So let's take a minute and try to think of 3 new things we learned about caterpillars and 3 new things that we learned about butterflies. If you need to, pause the video at this time so you have some time to think about those things. Or you can go back and look at this again. Then, when you're done, get paper, pencil, and crayons or markers, whatever you have, and I want you to draw about those facts. Or you can just draw me another picture of a caterpillar and then add a butterfly. Think about the different colors you'd want to add to that butterfly. Finally, get a grown-up, mom or dad, grandma, grandpa, a big brother or big sister, and have them write down the 3 new facts that you learned about caterpillars and butterflies. We write things down so we can remember them. Then, take a picture, send it to DOJO, or upload it to Google Classroom. Or, when we have our class meeting, you can bring your picture then and show it to me. I can't wait to see the pictures that you drew, and I can't wait to learn about the facts that you learned.